All right, we are doing the factoring challenge. And on your paper, you're going to have 3 columns. The first one says add to. The second one says multiply to. And the third one says answers. So if I had, let's say, 4 and -5. Well, let's not do that. Let's do, oops. Let's do 4 and 3. Can you think of 2 numbers that multiply to be 3 and add to be 4? 1 and 3. So the answers are 1 and 3. Okay. What if I had 14 and 24? 2 numbers that multiply to be 24 and add to be 14. So one way you can do this is we just start listing all of the factors of 24. So 1 and 24 is one option, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6, and then 5 doesn't work. Will one of those sets add to be 14? 2 and 4, or 2 and 12. Okay. What if I had 2 and -8? How do you multiply 2 numbers together and get a negative? 1 is negative and 1 is positive. So we look at the factors of 8, 1 and 8, 2 and 4, and I know one of them has to be negative. Can you create a 2 using one of those sets? What would it be? -2 and 4. Okay? All right, what about 16 and, or sorry, -16 and 64? 2 numbers that multiply to be 64 and add to be -16.
8.
Close.
-8.
-8 and -8. A negative times a negative is a positive. So -8 and -8 makes 64 using multiplication and -16 using addition. Okay. What about 0 and -36? 2 numbers that multiply to be -36 and add to be 0.
-66.
-6 and 6. Good. -6 and +6. Okay. You guys get the hang of that?
Yes.
Yes.
So, this is something we're going to do a lot of this year. And, I mean, we're not going to be solving this problem, but we're going to be solving problems where this pattern is relevant. So, I'm all right if you move, but I want everybody to do every problem.
Okay.
So don't sit by your friend and say, I'll do the left column, you do the right column. You need the practice for this. So feel free to compare answers, but you need to try every problem until you get really, really good at this, because we're going to be doing it over and over in another format. All right? Get to work.